Hello and welcome to Everett Memorial Stadium and another edition of Everett Merchants Baseball. I'm Sean O'Connor, the voice of the Everett Merchants. The Merchants will be playing the Northwest Honkers today, coming off a tough 4-3 loss to the Seattle Studs in 10 innings last night. They'll to get back on track and rebound against the Northwest Honkers, who are currently in a 10-game losing streak. Their most recent game, a 14-6 loss against the Seattle Studs back on July 2nd. Starting lineup for the Northwest Honkers is as follows. The leadoff man, Alex Cochran, playing right field. Case Warner in center, and Adam Paganelli at second base. Cleaning up is Walker Keller in left field. Designated hitter, Alex Galgano. And hitting sixth is Cameron Padron at first base. Kate Kissel by the hot corner. Kendall Yackley at shortstop. And Camden Anderson hitting ninth behind the plate. Starting for the Honkers is Tanner Bowe. For your Merchants, second baseman Cole Kramer will lead off, followed by shortstop Max Nealon and Jordan Justice in left field. Look for him to make some defensive gems as he's made a habit of this season. Cleanup man is Jackson Swim, followed by Brody Ponte. And hitting sixth is Riley Quinn at third base. Aiden Van Rimsum, designated hitter, hitting seventh, making his Merchants debut. Cam Keller behind the plate, and Bryce Lindbergh will hit ninth in center field. And starting for your Merchants is Charlie Wright. 4 appearances on the season, 3 starts, 18 1/3 innings pitched. 11 strikeouts to 4 walks. He has a 3.43 ERA and a 1-2 record for your Merchants. Step aside for a quick break. We'll be back for first pitch. Rushing on Merchants Baseball. Stay with us.
Honkers nothing.
Welcome back. Bottom of the first inning. Tanner Bowe starts on the mound for the Northwest Honkers. 5 appearances and 2 starts for Bowe. 12 and 2/3 innings pitched. He's given up 8 runs, 5 earned on 8 hits, 14 walks, and 19 strikeouts. Pretty spectacular stat line for Tanner Bowe, and 3.55 ERA. 0-1 is his record, and his first pitch to Kramer is a called strike on the outside corner. Kramer leading off this game, 286 batting average on the year. He'll take a low ball, evening the count at 1-1. On deck is Max Nealon. Recorded an assist in each of the first 3 outs. Got me curious. Looked up the MLB record for most assists in a game as the 1-1 pitch comes in. Ground ball to the third baseman. Tough backhanded play. The throw across the diamond is just in time for the out. As Cade Kissel able to get the ball across, it'll bring up Max Nealon. Nealon with 3 assists already in the game through 1 inning. The Major League Baseball record for most assists by a shortstop in a game is 14 by Tommy Kokorin back in 1903 with the Cincinnati Reds. So not a PIL record, but we'll give it to him if he can get to 14. That'd be quite a sight. Nealon takes a ball upstairs for the first pitch he sees. 1-0 is 2-0 with an inside pitch. Nealon, 323 hitter on the season. Bouncing in 3-0 quickly. Jordan Justice on deck. Had a tremendous game last night, holding down the defense in the outfield as he's done so well all season. 3-0, taking all the way, a called strike. Just catching a piece of that corner. Cade Kissel at third base, Yackley at shortstop, Paganelli at second base, and a 5-pitch walk issued to Max Nealon. Cameron Padron at first. In the outfield, Walker Keller in left, Case Warner in center, and Alex Cochran in right. Starting battery for the Northwest Honkers is Tanner Bell on the mound, Camden Anderson behind the dish. 1 on and 1 away for Jordan Justice. The first pitch he sees is a taken breaking ball upstairs for ball 1. Justice having an incredible season, 338 on the year. Him and Jackson Swim were battling for the best batting average on the season as a pickoff move to first, nothing doing. For a few weeks they were battling back and forth. It appears that Jackson Swim has taken that title as he's 41 points ahead right now, but so a few more weeks in the year, you never know. Big hack on the 1-0 pitch, evens the count at 1-1.
All ones and zeros. Binary board.
Light breeze blowing out to right center fields on a hot day in Everett. Hot for Northwest standards. Big swing and a miss, another high ball, or another high pitch, 1-2. Jordan Justice does lead the team in strikeouts, but he makes up for it by leading the team in walks. Now move to first, nothing doing. 19 strikeouts on the season in 17 games for Justice, with 10 walks. Bo comes home, inside, 2-2. Jackson Swim on deck. Brody Ponte's in the hole, should he be needed. Here's the 2-2. It's a ground ball to third. It eats him up, but the throw over is in time for one. And a fielder's choice will retire Max Nealon and replace Jordan Justice, or put Jordan Justice on first. Jackson Swim climbs in with 2 away, and Jordan Justice on at first base. Out comes the manager for the Honkers. He's going to argue a point at second base. Manager Martin Lawrence out to discuss something at second base. Couldn't quite see anything objectable on the play, but could have missed something. Jackson Swim, power bat for the Merchants, is coming up to the plate. .379 batting average, 9 doubles, a triple, and 4 home runs on the season. He's looking for his 20th RBI. He also leads the team in hit by pitches with 6. Second called strike, 0-1. Bo Blacken coaching third base, Mike McCulloch coaching first, Harold Pyatt the manager, and Josh Berry coaching the pitching staff. Runner goes, check swing, high ball, and Justice is in there safely. Stolen bag for Jordan Justice, and Swim is now just a base knock away from his 20th RBI. Ball. 1-1, Ponte on deck. Swim a chance to give the Mercs an early lead. This pitch upstairs, 2-1. Big swing, well hit ball to left, looking up, it's gone! 2-run home run, Jackson Swim, 21 RBIs on the season and a 2-0 lead for the Everett Merchants early in the first inning. Jackson Swim's 5th home run of the season, and RBIs number 20 and 21 for the power right-handed bat out of Whitworth University.
He can first baseman this evening, Mr. Brody Ponte.
That was 2-run home.
Ponte looking to get back on track. Struggling this season under the Mendoza line, but anything can happen in these college games, and a great chance against a Honkers team that has not pitched well this season, missing their ball 1-0. Bo comes home. This pitch low and inside. 2-0. This big swing on a 2-0 pitch. Merchants 2-1 against the Honkers this season in 3 meetings. A 16-1 romp in the 3rd game of the year for the Merchants, followed by a 7-5 loss here at Everett Memorial, and a 10-1 victory on just a couple days ago. Another swing and a miss will even the count at 2-2 with 2 away. Ponte awaits the 2-2 pitch. It's swung on and miss. A pitch in the dirt. Tag applied for the out. But Jackson Swim gets the Merchants on the board. A 2-run home run to left gives your Merchants a 2-run lead. We head to the top of the second. Welcome back. Charlie Wright pitched a 1-2-3 top of the first, looking to repeat that feat in the top of the second inning. Jackson Swim 2-run home run got the Merchants on the board. And Charlie's first pitch to Walker Keller misses just a little outside, and we're underway. Keller, .359 batter on the season for the Honkers, and he'll get a base hit in the right field here. A solid ground ball up the right side will get the Honkers their first base runner of the game.
The designated hitter, number 25, Alex Delgado.
Alex Galgano now climbing up. He's also had a good season with the Honkers. 13 games, he's hitting .333, 10 RBIs on 15 hits. On deck is Cameron Padron. Wright got to work on his first base runner of the game. From the stretch, it's a ball outside. Wright only sitting at 8 pitches so far, courtesy of a 5-pitch first inning. Josh Berry's got to love that. Runner goes, bunt shown. It's a ball inside, and a bad throw is going to allow the runner to steal the bag. 2-0 now with the runner on at second base. Or excuse me, one of those was a called strike. That second, the pitch on the third down was a called strike, so 1-1 the count. Looked to be inside for me, but I didn't wait to see the call. Runner on at second base, nobody out. Charlie Wright's got to work around a jam. Merchants pitchers did quite well of that yesterday. Has that ball missing? 2-1. Merchants able to get out of a ton of jams last night, limiting the damage, but couldn't quite get enough run support for their pitching staff as they lost that game 4-3 in 10 innings. Ground ball foul evens the count at 2-2. Honkers on the season 3-13 overall, 2-10 in league play. One of those wins is against these Merchants.
They already beat the
Wright looks in and delivers. The 2-2 is a ground ball foul, and we will do it again. Merchants in their black hats, blue tops and gray pants. Honkers in their green tops, white pants, and green lids. Here's the 2-2, check swing, little bit low.
Looks very close.
And now a full count pitch to Alex Galgano. From the stretch, the 3-2 pitch fouled away. After a 5-pitch first, Charlie Wright starting to labor a bit. 14 pitches and yet to record an out here in the top of the second inning. From the stretch, Charlie comes home and a swing and a miss. Big strikeout and out number 1 there for Charlie Wright.
One man down in the batter now. Number
Cameron Padron climbs in now,
Number 19.
hitting 160.
1-9.
Lefty bat. Charlie Wright looking to get a little bit of help here and get an out. Nice stop there behind the plate by by Cam Keller. Both catchers wearing 18 tonight. An interesting little nugget. Means I gotta be a little careful when I look down at my scorecard, call the right name. 1-0. Long hold for Wright. He comes home and will get a call at the low part of the zone, 1-1. Quentin playing off the line at third and fairly shallow. 1-1 is a ground ball. Kramer will scoop it up at second. Soft toss over to first in time, but the runner will head over to third base on the ground out. But 2 away for Cade Kissel. Kissel hitting 163 on the season in 15 games.
number 6.
Only 3 hits, 1 was a home run. He has 7 RBIs. Reached on 10 walks as well with 2 hit by pitches. So Kissel has found his way on board this season. See if he can do it here. Wide, and the pitch is fouled away down the first base line and out of play.
Reminder, we need all foul balls brought back into the game to Harold Pike.
On deck is Kendall Yackley.
All foul balls. Thank you.
You should announce that this is being broadcast live on. You should announce between innings that this is being broadcast live.
Wind, and the 0-1 pitch is a well-hit ball right to Nealon. Great snag. The throw across in time for the out. Gold Glove defense at shortstop retires the side, and the Honkers strand a runner. We head to the bottom of the second inning, 2-0 Merchants.
And we'll send out
Welcome back.
the 6, 7, and 8 man to begin from third baseman.
Riley Quinton climbs up for your Merchants in the bottom of the first, or bottom of the second inning, rather. 2-0 Merchants in this PIL contest. Pitch by Bo is swung fouled away behind home plate. Quinton just below 200 batting average, 188 on the season in 11 games. 5 RBIs. Here's the pitch, called strike.
Whoops. First touch wrong. Jeez. That was a strike, right?
The wind and the 0-2 pitch to Quinton is a soft fly ball, flare shot, caught on the fly by the shortstop Kendall Yackley for out number 1.
Coming to the plate, he's making his Everett Merchants debut this season, the designated hitter.
Making his Merchant debut now is
17,
Aiden Van Rinsum.
Van Rinsum.
DH tonight. Harold Pyatt wanted to get a look at him on the left side of the infield, likely play some third base for Everett going forward.
He's also good too. Just graduated from Archbishop.
Recent Archbishop Murphy graduate. First pitch, ground ball to third, tough play. The throw across is in time, just going to beat him out. Made him work for it though, and Cam Keller comes to the plate with 2 away.
Now batting, the catcher.
Cam struggling hard this season. 0.91 batting average on the season. Only 1 hit in 7 games played. Mostly in relief appearances, however, as he only has 11 at-bats. So, small sample size. We'll see if he can bust his way out of the slump here tonight. First pitch is a called strike on the breaking ball. Early score report out of Seattle. 3-0 Yankees in the bottom of the first inning. Justice Sheffield getting rocked in the top of the first. Ball low, 1-1. 3-run home run to left field by Giancarlo Stanton. That guy can always run into a pitch. 1-1 to Keller. Swung, and it's a soft fly ball in the infield. Charging is the first baseman who makes the play on the run. Padron there to retire the Merchants in order. We had the top of the second inning. 2-0 Everett. Welcome back. Kendall Yackley climbing in to face Charlie Wright. Yackley,
Stiffer breeze at the left
.278 hitter on the season, having a pretty good year with the Honkers. Breeze starting to head out towards left center. Nothing much still in that category is. That's a foul ball. Just catching a piece of Yackley on its way down. 2-0 your score. 2-run home run by Jackson Swim in inning number 1. It was a shot out by the scoreboard in left field. This pitch inside, evening the count at 1-1. Charlie sitting at 22 pitches in 2+ innings, 15 of them for strikes. Labored a bit in the second inning, but a 5-pitch inning number 1 will help, and an error at third base by Riley Quinton will give the Honkers a base run.
The batter now is number 18.
Tough hop for Quinton, but an error nonetheless.
Hey.
2 runs on 1 hit, 1 error for the Merchants, no runs on a single hit for the Honkers. Yackley on at first base with Camden Anderson climbing up to the plate. Back pick, nothing doing. Yackley 3 stolen bases in 11 games, so has some speed, but he's also been caught stealing twice. Anderson 167 batting average this season. Another move. Ooh, nearly gets him at first base. A tough call. As the last time the Honkers played at Everett Memorial, Josh Berry got himself ejected, arguing caught stealings. Front shown, runner goes, ball inside, and it's not a great throw down, and a stolen bag, 1-0 the count. So the second stolen base of the game for the Honkers already. Cam Keller having a bit of a tough night behind the plate so far. We'll see if he can dial in. Not a ton of opportunities so far this season. The 1-0 bunt shown. He went, says the home plate umpire. Evening the count at 1-1. I'd like to thank you all for watching this edition of Everett Merchants Baseball. We will be back in action tomorrow night against TKB San Francisco. That game at 7:05 live right here at Everett Memorial or on this YouTube channel. If you have any questions about the game or about this team, feel free to leave them in the live chat. I'll be able to get to as many as I can. Corner charge on the bunt shown. He gets it down, but foul does Anderson, and the count runs to 1-2. Bunt off with 2 strikes and nobody out. Runner on second base is Kendall Yackley via an Quinton error and a stolen base. Look in from Charlie with a pretty long hold. Time called by Anderson. He'll step out.
Referee basketball games? Preston, does your uncle still referee basketball games?
What?
Does your uncle still referee?
Alex Cochran on deck, 0 for 1.
Retired 3 years ago.
Oh, he did. That's a good ref.
In fields, normal depth,
How come?
no shift. Here's the pitch from Charlie, low and away, 2-2.
How come he's not referee?
Shadows descending over the diamond.
He's not referee anymore.
He quit at the 80th.
Oh.
Bit of a slow pace to this game despite the scoreline. The 2-2 swung, fouled back. He'll stay alive and see another 2-2 pitch. First game of the NBA Finals tonight. Giannis Antetokounmpo able to start and has played 21 minutes so far, but his Bucks not in a good spot. This was a ground ball to Quinton. He'll get a chance to redeem himself, and does, throwing over in time for the out. A great play by Riley Quinton for out number 1. Cochran climbs up 0 for 1 with a ground out to shortstop in the first.
Back to the top of the order.
Phoenix Suns lead the Milwaukee Bucks 78-62 with a little under 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Giannis 13-point, 10 assists, double-double, but not good enough yet, as a very balanced scoring mix for the Phoenix Suns. 4 of the 5 starters in double figures, no one hitting 20 points yet, so a very balanced attack for Phoenix. One away, Cochran looks at a first pitch strike. Both pins quiet. Charlie, long hold, looks in and delivers. The 0-1 is a ground ball to Nealon, checks the runner, loses it for a moment, has to eat it, and instead throws in to try at first base and couldn't quite get it. I think we'll...
That's Aaron.
Yes, and an error on Nealon, as he would normally make that play. So we've got to charge the error.
Now batting number 7, Kate W.
Case Warner climbs up, center fielder 0 for 1, with 1 away.
Is it 2 Honkers? 3 Honkers. You gotta make that.
2-1 versus the air.
Yeah.
2 players on via the error. Charlie delivers. Check swing. Did he go? He went, says the
I agree.
third base umpire. I agree too. But not a great angle for the umpire to make an appeal call.
Well, that guy's not bad. The second base guy. Not the first guy.
0-1, 1 away.
So, I see what you're saying.
2 errors for the Merchants in this inning. Would love to get out of it without allowing a run. Check swing, called strike. 0-2.
Theoretically, should be out of the inning.
Runs the rest of the way will be unearned against Charlie if there's any more in this inning. Or if there's any in this inning, rather. An error by 1 each for Quinn and Nealon. Both normally pretty solid gloves for the Merchants, as the 0-2 missing high. Playing the top of the 3rd inning. 2-0 Merchants over the Honkers on a 2-run home run by Jackson Swim. Paganelli on deck 0 for 1. Here's the pitch. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. A big pitch for Charlie Wright. 1 out away from getting out of this inning.
Now batting
And Adam Paganelli climbs in, shortstop for the Northwest Honkers, or second baseman rather, for the Northwest Honkers. Paganelli climbs in.
Paganelli, got that? Paganelli.
On deck is Walker Keller. Lifted ball to right field. Could be trouble. Jackson Swim looking up, and it's off the wall. Lindbergh plays on a hop. 2 runs are going to score on an RBI double, and the game is tied at 2 apiece. First real mistake of the ball game for Charlie Wright. And the Honkers make him pay, picking up a pair of unearned runs.
Walker K.
Walker Keller climbs up, lefty bat for the Honkers with a runner on second base and 2 away. And a brand new ball game here in the top of the 3rd. Alice Galgano on deck. Wright comes home, foul ball into the screen. Charlie Wright's got a couple of reasons to be frustrated in this inning. A pair of errors extended the inning. And is driving up his pitch count quite a bit. 37 pitches here, and he's not out of the 3rd. He started the game with a 5-pitch first. The 0-1 lifted into center field. Could be trouble, as Lindbergh calls off Kramer at the last minute to make the play in center field, but the Honkers pick up 2 runs on 2 base hits, and a pair of errors help them along. Merchants looks to pick up some more runs in the bottom of the 3rd. Welcome back. Bryce Lindbergh will lead off the bottom of the third inning.
The 9-1, 2-man, the batting order begins.
Lindbergh making his first plate appearance tonight.
Center fielder number 24.
161 batter in 11 games this season for Everett.
9 batter, right?
2-2, bottom third. This pitch high and away for ball one. Kramer on deck, leadoff man for Emergence. Another high ball, 2-0. Honkers 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors. Merchants 2 runs on a single hit and a pair of errors. Both Honkers runs unearned as Shane Melrose starts to get a little warm in the pen. 3-0 now. And a 4-pitch walk to lead off the inning. Perfect start for Harold Pyatt and the Merchants. They'll bring up the leadoff man, Cole Kramer, with one on.
Number 7, Paul Kramer.
Signs being issued down from the third base coach, Bo Blacken. Kneeling on deck, he'll be followed by Jordan Justice and Jackson Swim. Move to first base, nothing doing. Bo comes home, bunt shown, he strikes at it, only plays to first base, and the play is just made in time to retire Kramer. Bit of an unorthodox bunt there, but it gets the job done on the 1-3 sacrifice. Nealon comes up, walked in his first plate appearance.
Shortstop, number 5.
Soft record watch for Max Nealon. 4 assists in 3 innings. 14 is the Major League record. Good lead for Lindbergh. Nealon takes a first pitch ball, just missing a touch upstairs. Tanner Bowe, 2 runs allowed on a hit and 2 walks. He's struck out a man in 2 1/3 innings. Looking to avoid a jam here. This pitch, a low, slow breaking ball catching a part of the zone, evening the count at 1-1. Justice on deck, 0 for 1 as well. Made several dazzling plays in left field yesterday to keep the game close. This pitch hit well to left, but it's going to hook just foul into the bullpen, 1-2. Nealon, not a big slugger, 368 slugging percentage, but gets on base at a near 500 clip. Great offensive tool for the Merchants. The 1-2 misses inside, 2-2. Tight call, able to get the call. 2-2, 1 away. Both pins quiet. Couple Merchants pitchers starting to stand up as the 2-2 pitch is hit well into left field, but the play on the run is made by Walker Keller for the second out of the inning. Lindbergh will hold at second base. Up comes Jordan Justice, 349 batting average this season. He's slugging 626, OPS of 1.068. A great season for Jordan Justice, looking to keep things going here and pick up an RBI. 11 RBIs on the season for Jordan Justice. Could give his team the lead here with a base knock. Swim on deck. First pitch way upstairs on a missed breaking ball. Breeze starting to stiffen slightly out to left center. Big lead for Lindbergh at second base with no one holding him. Soft hold for the shortstop, and now he bails. The 1-0 is swung through and missed. 1-1. After 3, the Phoenix Suns lead the Milwaukee Bucks 92-75 in Game 1 of the NBA Championship Finals. Jake Sula slowly warming up in the Merchants' pen. The 1-1 is swung on and lifted high to center field. Case Warner going back, well hit ball, looking up, and it is gone. Sneaking over the high wall in center field, a 2-run shot for Jordan Justice gives the Merchants a 4-2 lead. That ball kept looking like it was going to die, and it just kept carrying and found its way over the Les Schwab sign in center field for a mammoth 2-run home run. Merchants regain the lead 4-2 in the bottom of the third. Swim climbs in 1-for-1 with a 2 RBI home run. All the Merchants runs coming via the long ball this evening with a pair of 2-run home runs, one in the first and one in the third. Brody Ponte on deck, followed by Riley Quinton, but there are 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. Swim takes a called strike, 1-1. Honkers 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors. Merchants 4 runs on a pair of hits and 2 errors. Swim swings at a breaking ball and misses 1-2.
Dead center, wasn't it? Schwab? Yeah. Right side.
The 1-2 low, evening the count at 2-2. 2-2, 2 away here in the bottom of the third inning. Swim looking to keep a rally going. Here it comes. The 2-2 pitch bouncing in, nearly catching a piece of Swim, but it will fill the count at 3-2. Jake Soila warming up for the Merchants. Shane Melrose also has his sweater off and getting ready. Jackson Swim swings at a high ball, grounded to third. The throw across is in time for the out, and that will retire the side. The Merchants pick up 2 runs on a base hit and leave nobody aboard as we head to the top of the 4th inning. Your Merchants lead 4-2. Welcome back, Alex Galgano climbs up 0-for-1 tonight with a swinging strikeout. Charlie Wright back out on the mound for your Merchants in the top of the 4th inning. 38 pitches, 28 for strikes. Some light work from a number of Merchants pitchers in the bullpen, but Charlie Wright likely looked to go pretty deep into this ballgame. It's only allowed 2 runs on 2 hits, both unearned. First pitch, Galgano fouled back into the fence. 0-1. I'd like to thank you all for watching this presentation of Everett Merchants Baseball. Once again, we'll be back in action tomorrow evening, 7:05 first pitch against TKB San Francisco. We'll be back in Everett on Saturday as well against the same San Francisco side at 4:05. A ball just missing. Charlie getting a little squeezed there perhaps. And then on Sunday, Driveline Select makes a trip to Everett at a 1:05 first pitch. Fouled off Cam Keller there, and they'll even bring the count to 1-2. So a long homestand for your Merchants. 5 games at Everett Memorial for a brief road trip.
Thanks to the Oxox being on a long road trip. You get home already?
1-2, 0 outs in the top of the 4th inning. Check swing, no sir, he did not go, and the count will even at 2-2. Padron on deck, first baseman for the Honkers. Cade Kissel behind him, playing the hot corner. The 2-2 swung on and missed. Charlie Wright picks up the strikeout, his 3rd of the afternoon for out number 1. It'll bring up Cameron Padron. Padron 0 for 1, grounded out to Cole Kramer in the top half of the 2nd inning. Wright winds and delivers. The first pitch is lined just over Riley Quinton's head. A single into left field with 1 away will bring up Cade Kissel.
Thought about Joe?
That was number 19 sitting, and now stepping to the plate.
Quinton just not able to get to that ball.
Candle.
Kissel is up, 3rd baseman, 0 for 1. Nealon, or rather, Charlie Wright, the pitcher, having to deal with runners on base for the 2nd inning. See if he can work out of this mini jam. A called strike is the first pitch to Cade Kissel. Yackley on deck, followed by Camden Anderson in the hole. This game, the only game on the books tonight in the Pacific International League. Studs, Bears, and the Dudes all with the night off. The 0-1 upstairs. Keller thought about a back pick, but thought better of it. Long hold from Charlie. Works pretty fast with the bases clean, but really slows down with a runner on. Another move to first, not in time. From the stretch, the 1-1 is inside, or maybe a bit high, but a ball regardless, says the home plate umpire. 2-1. Wright's pitch count starting to climb here a bit, especially after that efficient 1st inning. This ball popped up. Long charge by Jackson Swim. Kramer's going to call him off and make the play in shallow right. 2 outs will bring up Kendall Yackley. Yackley reached on an error in the 3rd inning and was one of the 2 unearned runs scored in that frame. 4-2 your score in the top of the 4th inning.
Number 4.
Merchants looking to stay within contact of the Seattle Cheney Studs. Studs currently a game and a half up. Merchants would pull within a game with a win here. And 2 games left against the Studs. Everything to play for these Merchants. Called strike at the knees on Yackley. Charlie Wright, 3 2/3 innings pitched, 3 hits. He's allowed 2 runs, both unearned, and a move to first base. That one had a chance, but just not quite in time. 2 runs allowed rather, on 3 hits. No earned runs. He has not allowed a walk to this point, and 3 strikeouts. On 48 pitches, 35 for strikes. Runner goes. Charlie Wright's going to have him picked off. Throw over to Kramer. Over to Ponte. And missing the tag, but back to Kramer, and he's out at the bag. That will retire the side. Charlie faces the minimum despite allowing a base runner as we head to the bottom of the 4th. Welcome back. Brody Ponte leading things off here for the Merchants in the bottom of the fourth inning. 4-2 Merchants lead. Tanner Bow. Yeah. Bottom of the fourth inning, Brody Ponte leading off for the Merchants. Ponte 0 for 1 with a strikeout in inning number 1. First pitch he sees is a called strike at the knees. Riley Quinton on deck. The 0-1 bouncing in, even to count at 1-1.
Pretty much. I do it for the ever high velocity. But I got it ECC.
1-1, nobody out for the Merchants.
Yeah.
This pitch swinging and a miss on a breaking ball. 1-2. Mariners fall behind even further behind the Yankees. 6-0 that score now in the top of the second inning. 1-2. Called strike 3 at the knees, and he knew it. Heading back to the dugout is Brody Ponte. Second strikeout of the night for Ponte as Quinton climbs up. Quinton climbs up for the second time this afternoon. Popped out to the shortstop in his first at-bat. A little high and inside. Van Rensum on deck, DH 0 for 1 in his Merchant debut, see if he can get aboard. But first things first, Riley Quinton will take a called strike at the knees. Three completed contests in MLB today. Pirates defeating the visiting Braves 2-1. 2-1 the count now. Baltimore Orioles defeating the visiting Toronto Blue Jays 7-5, and the Texas Rangers a big 10-5 home win against the Detroit Tigers. 2 games postponed tonight. Mets, Brewers, and Rays Indians will not be played. This is a ground ball past the diving first baseman and second baseman for a base hit into right field. Riley Quinton gets a base runner for the Everett Merchants. 1 on and 1 away for Aiden Van Rensum, the DH.
The designated hitter, number 17, Aiden Van Rensum.
Archbishop Murphy graduate. Yet to play any college ball. Future Oregon Duck. Is this ball missing inside? D1 player, or future D1 player. See what he can do here in the Pacific International League. 1-0. Here's the pitch. Inside 2-0. Tanner Bow sitting at 58 pitches, 31 for strikes. He's already walked 2 batters. Cam Keller on deck. Here's the pitch. Van Rensum takes a high breaking ball. 3-0. Don't even have to check the signs. The Merchants will take all the way here. Bow comes home, and it's a cold strike at the knees. Rensum threw the bat. He thought that was a walk. I can't blame him. But he'll retrieve his stick and climb back in. Three and 1. This pitch inside. Waited just a moment to make sure he got the call, and he did. So a 5-pitch walk will put runners on first and second with 1 away for Cam Keller.
18, Cam Keller.
Keller a chance to add on to this lead a little bit for the Merchants. And Bach is going to advance both runners. Got to be honest, folks, I was looking down and I did not see the block, but a rare enough call that It's always a little bit exciting when you see a block. So now runners on second and third with one away, and the game changes completely. Big secondary lead at second base and a called strike on Cam Keller, 0-1. Van Rinsum being very aggressive at second, as the infield is not really playing that shallow, despite only one away and runners at second and third. 1-1 the count. Keller looking for his first RBI on the season. 1-1. Big secondary leads again, and another called strike. 1-2. Lindbergh on deck. He'd be followed by Kramer. One away, runners on second and third. Here's the 1-2 swing and a miss. A big strikeout for Tanner Bowe. And with 2 outs now, Merchants are going to need a base hit to score a run. Lindbergh, 161 batting average on the season, only 1 RBI. Good chance to triple that number here with a base knock. 4-2 Merchants lead, 4 runs on 3 hits, 2 errors for the Merchants. This ball hits Lindbergh. Quinn runs home, tags home for fun. Hit by pitch sends Lindbergh to first base, and Cole Kramer comes up with the bases loaded and 2 away.
Number 7, second baseman, Cole Kramer.
Bases loaded, the line, and Tanner Bowe's first pitch to Kramer is a called strike. The balk doesn't matter anymore with the bases loaded. On deck is Nealon, should he be needed. Big secondary leads by the Merchants, and that's ball in the dirt. Van Rinsum is being extremely aggressive at second base. Bowe delivers the 1-1. It's outside, 2-1. Kramer, only 3 RBIs on the season, a factor of where he hits in the lineup, but does have 3 walks. A 4th would drive in a run. 2-1 as Bowe steps off and will cycle the signs. Good speed on the base paths. Here's the 2-1. Kramer, ground ball to short. The only place to first, and it's in time to retire Kramer. The Merchants lead the bases loaded as we head to the top of the 5th inning. 4-2 Merchants. Welcome back. Merchants lead 4-2, but leave the bases loaded in the bottom of the fourth inning. Charlie Wright back on the mound. Such a pretty spectacular game. 2 errors removed. He'd have a clean scoreline.
The Ducks horn when we scored. I forgot. The Mariners do that when they do the scoreline. We're not going to score. It's nice. Sounds good.
Here's the pitch. It's a foul ball over to the Merchants dugout. Kendall Yackley, the batter. Reached on an error and scored in the third and was up to bat when the Merchants gotten out on the base paths. This pitch is a called ball inside. 1-1. A new final in the MLB. White Sox picking up a 4-1 road victory at the Chicago White Sox. Foul ball moves the count to 1-2. Just over 4 minutes to play in the NBA Finals, and here come the Bucks. 108-99 Suns. Big charge by Milwaukee. Chris Middleton leading the way for the Bucks, and a ball is up high, it looks like. 2-2 the count. It's going to be a fun series in the NBA. Both teams looking for their first title in quite some time. The 2-2 from the windup, it is low, and the count will run full at 3-2. Wright starting to struggle a bit with his pitch count after cruising through the first inning. The payoff pitch is swung through and missed. Charlie Wright, his 4th K of the afternoon, is the first out of this 5th inning. Brings up Camden Anderson.
13 for the plate is number 18.
55 pitches for Charlie Wright. 38 for strikes. Camden Anderson climbing to the plate, 0 for 1. Here's Wright's first pitch. It's a called ball outside. Looks good, but Cam Keller confirming it was outside. This pitch, hard ground ball right to Quinn. Gobbles it up, throw across is in time for the out. Good play there by Quinn. Hopefully regains him some confidence after an error back in the 3rd inning. Or, pardon, yes, the 3rd inning. Leadoff man Alex Hockman climbs in.
Alex C.
Reached on an error in the 3rd and scored. He was one of those 2 unearned runs on Charlie Wright's stat line. Both runs unearned for the Honkers. Pair of errors by one each by Riley Quinn and Max Nealon. Bit of a surprise. Both normally pretty good gloves on the left side for the Merchants. First pitch to the leadoff man is popped up. Ponce will make the play down the foul line. And Charlie Wright's pumped up. He gets out of the 5th inning cleanly. We head to the bottom of the 5th. 4-2 Merchants. Welcome back. Max Nealon leads off here in the bottom of the fifth. 4-2 Merchants over the Northwest Honkers. Nealon reaching on a walk in the first inning. He's 0 for 1. Bo's first pitch to Nealon, check swing, or stop to swing to take a called strike. On deck is Jordan Justice. In the hole is Jackson Swim. This ball low. It evens the count at 1-1. The wide and the pitch to Nealon. Inside, just missing Nealon. 2-1. Things cooling off pretty dramatically here in Everett. Wind shifting out towards left field. This pitch called strike. Nealon yet to offer at a pitch. And the count's 2-2. Here's the 2-2 to Nealon. Ground ball up the middle. Little seeing eye single for Max Nealon. Leadoff base runner for the Merchants will bring up Jordan Justice.
Now batting for your Merchants, number 6, left fielder, Jordan Justice.
Perfect situation for the Merchants to try to add on here. Third and fourth batters in the lineup coming up for Everett. Bo's pitch, line drive, just past the diving glove of the third baseman. Nealon's going to head to third base. He's going to get the wave for Bo Blacken, and stepping on home plate, RBI double down the third base line for Jordan Justice, adding on for the Merchants. 5-3 your score, RBI double for the left fielder, Jordan Justice. Swim climbs up with nobody out, and Jordan Justice at second base. 5-2 Merchants and an upstairs ball, number 1. 5 runs on 5 hits, 2 errors for the Merchants. 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors for the Honkers. The 1-0 is inside, 2-0. Pitch inside, 3-0 now. And Jackson Swim. Big chance here. 5-3 your score. Or 5-2 rather, your score. Merchants looking to add on. Called strike inside. Swim taking all the way. On deck, Brody Ponte 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Swim and Justice battling for player of the game at the moment. Justice a nose ahead from my eye, and a swing and a foul tip into the glove fills the count at 3-2. And the full count pitch swung on and missed. Jackson Swim strikes out swinging for out number 1. His 10th strikeout of the season will bring up Brody Ponte, 0 for 2 tonight with a pair of Ks. Ponte, 13 RBIs on the season, chance to pick up his 14th right here. This ball is a slicing line drive into right field. Stop sign for Justice, and a good call because that ball got in quickly. Runners on the corners for Riley Quinton, lefty bat. We'll have a big hole on the right side. with Cameron Padron holding on. Brody Ponte. Quinn, 5 ribbies this season. Big spot here with Merchant rookie Aiden Van Rinsum on deck. Runner goes. This ball low and in the dirt. Sliding in is Ponte. He's out. The throw home not in time. A double steal will pick up a run. And the score is now 6-2 Merchants with 2 away.
That was a ball. That's my ball.
So a double steal gets the Merchants a run. The 1-0 is outside to Riley Quinton, 2-0. But the out recorded at third base. Upstairs to Riley Quinton, 3-0.
6 hits.
6 runs on 6 hits, 2 errors for the Merchants. Looking to add on here. 3-0, taking all the way, called strike to Riley Quinton. Three and 1. Quinton swings sky-high fly ball down the left field line, and the play is made by the third baseman for out number 3. But the Merchants pick up 2 more runs, including a steal of home, as we head to the top of the 6th inning. Welcome back. Top of the 6th inning, 6-2 Merchants. 6 runs on 6 hits, 2 errors for the Merchants. 2 runs on 3 hits, 0 errors for the Northwest Honkers. Case Warner shows a bunt, and he offered for a called strike. Or rather, for a swinging strike, since he offered. Charlie Wright back on the mound. Sent 59 pitches, 41 for strikes. A great outing for Charlie Wright. Ground ball, and Nealon gobbles it up. Toss over in time for the out. Little kiss off the mound, no problem for the second base, or for the shortstop. Wright, a Franklin and Marshall product, back east. Grew up in Seattle, Washington, and having a solid outing here for the Merchants. 2 runs allowed, but neither earned for Charlie Wright as he lowers his ERA. Some soft activity for the Honkers in their bullpen. First pitch to Paganelli outside. Adams 1 for 2 tonight with a 2 RBI double and a ground out. Ball called 2-0. Honkers getting both their runs in the third inning. Ground or fly ball foul out of play. 2-1 the count. Two and one. We have a final to report in the NBA. Phoenix Suns take game one over the Milwaukee Bucks 118-105. This ball is fouled off the knob of the bat. 2-2. 3 Suns scoring at least 20 points. Aiden, Paul, and Booker, with Paul leading the way with 32. Ground ball right to Charlie Wright. He gloves it. Soft toss over to first in time for the out. That'll bring up Walker Keller, the left fielder. Walker Keller, left fielder. 1 for 2 tonight with a single, was stranded in the second. The line and the pitch is lifted sky high. Justice looking. He'll call off Lindbergh and makes the play in left field for a nice, easy 1-2-3, top of the 6th inning. Charlie Wright absolutely cruising through the Honkers tonight. We had the bottom of the 6th. The Merchants look to add on. Apologize if there was any audio difficulties there for a moment. Charlie Wright cruises through a 1-2-3, top of the 6th inning as the Merchants look to add on. We had the bottom of the 6th. Welcome back. Aiden Van Renssum will lead off the bottom of the 6th inning for your Everett Merchants. 6-2 your score line as Charlie Wright flying for the Merchants. Those 2 runs unearned. He's through 66 pitches and a swinging strike number 1 for Renssum. 66 pitches for Charlie Wright through 6 innings, 46 of them for strikes. And no real activity in the Merchants' pen. We expect him to go deep in the night's ball game. Ball outside, 1-1 to Renssum. Renssum 0 for 1 with a walk. He was stranded in the 4th inning, part of that bases loaded opportunity the Merchants couldn't quite get a hold of. This pitch outside, 2-1. Future University of Oregon player. Going to play for the Pac-12. Merchants really have a Pac-12 player or 2 on their rosters. Renssum is no anomaly in that manner, but always good to have D1 talent on this team. 3-1, nobody out on deck is Cam Keller. Van Renssum will take for a called strike the second time in this ball game that Renssum thought he had a walk and throws his bat. Man, and I think he was right on both of them. They both looked like walks, but now a payoff pitch to Renssum, and that one outside. So both times the result the same, just took an extra pitch. So you'll take that if you're the Merchants, make the Honkers throw a couple extra. Cam Keller climbs in. We'd like to thank you all for watching this presentation of Everett Merchants Baseball. Currently working through some scheduling potential scheduling issues for tomorrow's game. We're working through some issues with the San Francisco team. We'll have an update for you when we can as a dive back for Ransom in plenty of time. If we have a game tomorrow night, it will be broadcast live here on YouTube, but we'll have more information for you as this game advances. First pitch drills Keller. Runners on first and second now with nobody out for Tanner Bowe, who's struggled in tonight's game. Bryce Lindbergh yet to record a plate appearance, or rather, let's record an at-bat, walked and was hit by a pitch in his two at-bats. Out comes the Honkers manager. Potential pitching change here with Lindbergh on deck. 9-1 and 2 due up with nobody out for the Merchants and 2 on. 6-2 your lead here in the bottom of the 6th. We'll take a quick break. Martin Lawrence's mound visit concludes as Bryce Lindbergh climbs in. 0 for 0 with a hit by pitch and a walk. Runners on at first and second base. Lindbergh looking for his first hit of the afternoon. First pitch he sees low for ball one.
Number 24, Bryce Lindbergh.
Kramer on deck, followed by Max Nealon and Jordan Justice.
Yeah. Oh yeah, would like.
Swing and a miss for Lindbergh.
Oh yeah, you have Harold's number. He needs to turn lights on.
Yeah, he will. One, nobody out. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Big hack for Lindbergh on a breaking ball. 2-1 Kramer on deck. Van Rinsum at second. Cam Keller at first. 1 and 2. Here's the pitch. It's slow. Ooh, no. Called strike 3. Lindbergh didn't like it. And with 1 out, Cole Kramer will climb up.
Back tip off the order for the Everett Merchants. Number 7, Cole Kramer.
Kramer playing second base tonight for Everett. He's 0 for 2 with a sacrifice hit. Max Nealon, the shortstop, on deck. 6-2 Merchants, 6 runs on 6 hits, 2 errors. 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors for the Honkers. Here's the first pitch. It's inside and low for ball 1. Cole Kramer heading to Lynn Benton to play college ball. Arlington High School graduate of the class of 2021. 1-0. Called strike at the top of the zone. Evens the count. Regardless of the status of tomorrow's game, Merchants will be in town for 2 games this weekend. It's a 4:05 date with San Francisco on Saturday and a 1:05 game on Sunday against Driveline Baseball. That ball upstairs, 2-1. Some conference games are always interesting. Never quite sure what to expect, especially from the high school programs or the U18 developmental leagues. They're out to prove something and often have some pretty impressive talent they can put together a game from time to time that stacks up with these collision teams. Ground ball, 2-1 foul, evens the count at 2-2. The Yankees extend their lead 8-0 now over the Mariners in the bottom of the third inning. 2-2, run away. 6-2 Merchants lead the Northwest Honkers. Here's the pitch, well away and outside. Slow breaking ball missing, filling the count at 3-2. No action in the Honker spin. You wonder if Tanner Bowe is a bit of a sacrificial lamb tonight for this team. Sitting at 104 pitches. Ground ball at third. Only play to first base. And a ground out will advance both runners. Looks like Kissel might have had a chance to tag Van Rensum there, but decided for the sure out at first base instead, likely the smart play. Now 2 away, runners on at second and third base. Max Nealon climbs up 1 for 2. He also reached on a walk, came around to score in the 5th. Nealon could throw his hat in the running for player of the game if he gets a base knock here. Currently a 2-player battle between Justice and Swim. Charlie Wright also with a good claim for that title. This pitch inside for ball 1. Can't be overstated how well Charlie Wright's pitching tonight. Only 3 hits through 6 innings. No walks and 4 strikeouts. The 2 runs he allowed were unearned, and only 1 well-hit ball all evening. It was the RBI double that scored both runs. 2-0 to Max Nealon. Tanner Bowe sitting at 107 pitches and no activity in the Honkers bullpen. Two-0 pitch is lifted, hit well to left field, to the warning track, jumping up and making the catch in left field at the warning track is Walker Keller, and that will retire the side. The Merchants strand a pair as we head to the top of the 7th inning, 6-2 Everett. Welcome back. Alex Galgano lead things off against the cruising Charlie Wright. 66 pitches, 46 strikes, no earned runs. This ball missing just inside. Galgano DH, 2 swinging strikeouts. Counts for half of Charlie's total in this game. 2-0 now.
Can you take over on you first?
Huh?
Take over that. Don't touch that. Take over that.
Oh, you're
Only the second 2-0 count as this ball is lifted down into foul territory. Ponte's got room and he tries to make the catch, can't quite grab it. 2-1. Gotcha.
Thank you.
Beautiful night in Everett. Charlie Wright takes his time to get back to the bump. 2-1 for Charlie Wright against Alex Galgano. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Wright looking for his 5th strikeout of the ballgame. Sterling effort for Charlie. Here's the 2-2 outside, 3-2. It'll fill the count. Charlie got to avoid a walk here. He hasn't allowed a base runner via base on balls yet. Here's the pitch. It's just inside. First base runner allowed via the walk for Charlie tonight is Alex Galgano. Nobody out. Will bring up Cameron Padron. Cameron Padron 1 for 2. Was caught stealing in the 4th inning. Charlie from the stretch. Here's the pitch upstairs for ball 1. 73 pitches for Charlie Wright here in the 7th inning. Would love a ground ball double play to help him along a little bit. No action in the Merchants pen. Honkers starting to get a little loose. Kissel on deck. This pitch lifted but foul, getting out of play. 1-1 the count. Galgano on at first. Padron, 160 hitter on the season. Where it goes? This ball is grounded right to Nealon, off his glove and into center field. Picking the ball up there and throwing it in, and that's going to be an error on Max Nealon, his 2nd of the game. Third error of the ballgame for the Merchants. 6-2 the score.
Number 6, Cade.
Cade Kissel climbs in 0 for 2 tonight. Time for Charlie to get himself a strikeout here. Left the double play. Keep a runner from crossing the plate. Foul back into the screen. 0-1. Or 76 pitches now, 51 strikes for Charlie. Merchants would sacrifice a run for a double play here with the depth of their infield. Runners on the corners. Very light breeze as the lights are on in Everett Memorial. This ball low, 1-1. One of the few jams Charlie's been in tonight. See how he responds. Still no action in the Merchants pen at all. 1-1. Here's the pitch. It's swung on, lifted foul, but out of play. 1-2. One and two, nobody out. Kendall Yackley on deck. He's over 2. Here's Charlie's pitch. It's low, bouncing in there. Good stop by Cam. Charlie, knocking some dirt out of his spikes, comes to check the signs and will come set. 2-2, nobody out. Here's the pitch. It's a ground ball chopper foul just down the third base line. Kissel battling. It's popped out and grounded out. Charlie's got some shaky defense behind him. Let's see what he can do here. It's a ground ball foul. We'll do it again. 3 errors for the Merchants. To my knowledge, that ties their worst defensive game of the season, but it's possible I'm misremembering. Yackley on deck. He'd be followed by Camden Anderson. No outs. 2-2 to count for Charlie as he faces Cade Kissel. Here's the pitch. 2-2, ball is grounded up the middle. It's a base hit into center field. A run's going to score. Everyone moves up a station. "6-3 now the score as the Honkers pick up a run. First earned run for Charlie. Yackley 0 for 2. He reached on an error and came around to score. Slowly getting loose is Shane Melrose. He won't be ready this inning. A little bit of bunt defense being played by Brody Ponte. He shows the bunt. Runner goes to third, and they've got him picked off. A strike called and a stolen or a picked off runner. 2-5 goes the caught stealing.
No run. We got him out at third. Throwing from the catcher. One, and I believe it was ball one. I believe.
Ball 1-0. Move to first, not in time, but a good pickoff by Charlie. From the stretch, Charlie Wright looking for a double play. This ball is a called strike. Anderson on deck. What a play at third base. Cam Keller picking off the runner on the caught stealing. The 1-1 low. 2-1 the count. 2-1 the counts. 6-3 your score in the top of the 7th inning. This ball lifted. Lindbergh back. Plenty of space. He makes the play in deep center field for out number 2. Camden Anderson climbs in 0 for 2 tonight with 2 away. Anderson, the catcher for the Honkers. 167 hitter on the season. Back pick to first, nothing doing. It was a called strike.
And Day is the batter.
Top 7, 6-3 Merchants lead. Mirsep Lobda getting loose as a number of Merchants pitchers have stood up and then sat back down. This pitch, good block by Cam Keller on a ball low. 1-1. 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors for Honkers. 6 runs, 6 hits, and 3 Merchants defensive errors. Harold Pye will not be happy with that total. from the stretch. Right, comes home, runner goes, swing and a miss, the throw down, and it is just not in time. 1-2, the count, and a stolen bag. Will advance Cade Kissel. 1-2, 2 outs. Leadoff man Alex Cochran 0 for 3 on deck. Aiden Hammersmark is warming up along with another Merchants pitcher. We'll get the number when we can. It's a ground ball past the right side of the infield. They're going to send the runner. The throw in is cut off. RBI single for Camden Anderson. And here come the Northwest Honkers. 4 runs on 5 hits now. Charlie Wright starting to labor here a bit. Mount Visit Bo or Josh Berry going to check on his pitcher. We'll take a quick break. Charlie Wright sitting at 90 pitches. He's pitched 6 2/3 innings, given up 4 runs on 5 hits, only 1 earned run, walked a man and struck out 4 as Alex Cochran climbs to the dish. Charlie in a bit of trouble here, but only runner on first base. Runner is checked on. Nothing doing. Big spot for Charlie. We'd imagine this is his last inning of work, as his pitch count has risen precipitously here in this inning. Runner goes, called strike. Throw down is not a good one, but the tag apply, caught stealing. Charlie Wright able to get out of the inning. He does allow 2 runs, 1 of them earned, as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. Welcome back. Jordan Justice will lead off the bottom of the 7th inning for your Everett Merchants. Jordan Justice.
Merchants.
2 for 3 tonight with a pair of runs scored, or 3 runs scored rather, and 3 RBIs, including a 2-run home run in the 3rd inning. Action in both Merchant spins is the Honkers have a new pitcher. We'll talk about him after a called strike 3. A bit of a sidearm delivery there from number 10, Ben Ray. Ben Ray in 7 appearances, 7 2/3 innings pitched, all in relief as Justice pops that ball up into foul territory. It'll get out of play. Ben Ray in 7 2/3 innings pitched, 7 appearances, all in relief. Allowed 11 runs, 10 of them are earned on 12 hits, 4 walks, and 10 strikeouts for an 11.73 ERA in all competition to Merchants. Looking to add on here against a pitcher that struggled in PIL play. Sidearm delivery, check swing, no sir, he did not go. And the count will go to 1-2. Justice looking for his 3rd hit of the evening. It's followed by Swim. Marysville Pilchuck grad grounds to the 3rd base side. Throw over is just in time for the out. Nearly beating out that ground ball towards the left side, but couldn't quite beat the throw. It'll bring up Jackson Swim.
Right fielder, number 37, Jackson Swim.
Merchant 6 runs on 6 hits, 3 errors. Honkers 4 runs on 5 hits, no errors. Charlie Wright's night likely done. He pitched 7 complete in 91 pitches, 5 hits. He had 4 runs, only 1 earned on 1 walk and 4 Ks. Here's the pitch. It hits Jackson Swim. He is awarded first base. Swim leads his team in hit by pitch. Not a good thing to lead the team in, but he'll take it. 7 hit by pitches on the season in 18 games. Painful way to get to first, but he can handle it. Brody Ponte climbs in 1 for 3. He was caught stealing in the 5th inning, also has a pair of Ks. Playing first base for the Merchants. Ground ball fouled off his foot. 0-1. On deck, lefty bat Riley Quinton. Try to get you some numbers from the bullpen. See who's warming up. Seems like every Merchants pitcher has stood up and thrown a pitch at one point tonight, but Emir Seplobda is throwing currently. He'll likely enter the game. This ball fouled down the right field line and out of play. Look for Emir to climb to the bump in the top of the 8th inning. Soup's been excellent this season, 2.76 ERA in 13 innings pitched, 7 relief appearances and 1 start. 0-2. Here's the pitch, low and inside. Good stop by Camden Anderson. Evens the count at 1-1. Or rather, runs the count to 1-2. Beautiful sky here in Everett. So the Cascades are a backdrop. Can't ask for a much better sight here in the Pacific Northwest. The 1-2 is swung on. It's a shallow pop-up right at the edge of the grass. The play is made by Adam Paganelli, the second baseman.
2 outs in the inning, and stepping to the plate now, number 10, third baseman, Riley Quinton.
2 down, 1 on. Bottom of the 7th inning, Merchants lead 6-4 as Riley Quinton climbs in. On deck is Aiden Van Rensum. Takes the ball outside. Quinton 1 for 3, a pair of infield pop-outs and a single in the 4th inning. Pin quiet for the Honkers. Ben Ray delivers. Check swing called. Strike. I'd like to thank you all for watching this presentation of Everett Merchants Baseball. The status of tomorrow's game is unclear at the moment, but we will be live Saturday and Sunday. 4:05 first pitch on Saturday. Runner goes. The pitch called strike. No throw. Jackson Swim with a stolen base. A rare stolen base for Jackson Swim. Only his 3rd of the season. As I was saying, we will be here in Everett on Saturday. 4:05 first pitch against TKB San Francisco. and a 105 first pitch against Driveline on Sunday. Both those games will be live here on the Everett Merchants YouTube channel. The 1-2 low and outside, bouncing in, leaving the count at 2-2. 13 pitches for Ben Ray, 8 strikes. Two away, man on second base. Tense moments here. Happy feet for Jackson Swim at second base. Here's the pitch. It's outside, 3-2. Jackson Swim, every time Ben Ray looks back, danced around a little bit. And I don't mean bluffing to steal. I mean he actually danced around a little bit on the base paths. And now with a full count, Jackson will likely be on the move. Here's the pitch. Jackson stays. There's a pop-up. Shallow left field. Plays made by the shortstop for out number 3. Jackson Swims stranded at second base. We head to the top of the 8th. 6-4. Welcome back, top of the order for the Northwest Honkers here in the top of the 8th inning. Alex Cochran, 0 for 3. He did reach on an error and score in the top of the 3rd. Amir Sablobda climbing up onto the mound for the Merchants in a hold situation, unless he goes the next 2 innings. Save situation possibly as well. 8 appearances, 1 game started. He's pitched 13 innings, allowed 5 runs, 4 of them earned on 7 hits. He's walked only 3 and struck out 10, not factored into a decision or received a save, and a 2.76 ERA, missing for a ball, is good for the second best ERA among qualified pitchers, behind only ace Jared Maxfield. 1-0. Soup comes home, outside, 2-0. Amir has great velocity off the mound. Tall, powerful pitcher. Played a few seasons of professional ball in both the American and Mexican minor leagues. The 2-0 is a little upstairs, 3-0. And Soup's got to find the zone now. Aiden Hammersmark warming up in the Merchant pen. On deck is Case Warner. The 3-0 called strike. Soup able to dot the bottom part of that zone with a breaking ball. Long hold for Amir. Comes home. The 3-1 outside and low. A 5-pitch walk to lead off the top of the 8th inning. I'll bring up Case Warner. Warner 0 for 3 with a strikeout.
Number 7, Kate Warner.
Game's not over yet.
Warner 0 for 3. 240 bat on a season. He's playing center field for Northwest. Soup comes home, and it's called strike. Warner crowding the plate a bit from his lefty batter's box. Wind quite light, but out to left. Clocking between center field and left field. From the stretch, Mir delivers the 0-1. Upstairs, 1-1.
Haven't quite hit the 2-hour mark yet. I think we started a little late.
Yeah, just now nearing the 2-hour mark of this ball game in the 8th inning. Modest lead at first for Cochran. His pitch, broken bat, ground ball foul.
I've talked to Jeff lately.
1-2. That bat was destroyed on that swing. Merchant's throwing a couple pieces of lumber back towards the Honkers bullpen, and Warner's got to find a new bat.
Oh yeah, he's not there anymore. Boy, he was at Cascade.
Quick field inspection as everyone gets back to their spots.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yes. Okay.
Paganelli on deck. Warner
Yeah.
gets ready. Modest shift on for the Merchants towards the right side, covering that hole left by Ponte as he covers the bag. Foul ball, we'll do it again.
That's
Hammer Smart continues to warm up for the Merchants.
yeah, that was awesome. You can stay up here if you want. No.
Long hold. Here's the 1-2 upstairs, 2-2. Soup at 10 pitches, 6 balls, 4 strikes. The 2-2, another foul ball down the right field line.
You didn't show that bat. Or did he broke another bat?
And he did. I thought it sounded like he broke a bat. 2 broken bats in the same at bat. Man, that is an expensive at bat. Has any parents listening know how much those wooden bats cost?
Give a shout out. He said my son said he give a shout out to Casey Dick. He's listening.
2-2 on the way. Outside, 3-2. Let's give a shout out to Kason Taggart listening at home, future Everett Merchant. Can't wait to have him on the squad in 2022. Soup readies. And delivers. The payoff pitch. Runner goes. This ground ball right to first base. Pawnee. Throw down. Tag play on. And the runner is safe at second base. So a 3 unassisted ground out will send the runner down to second base.
Batter now is number 15.
Looks like the umpire may have called him out at home, but at second, but no call. It just wasn't a safe call. Quick conference between Amir and Cam Keller as the umpire gets a couple new baseballs. One away and a man on second base. Amir in his relief appearances has been great, only allowing 4 runs, 3 of which came against the Northwest Honkers. That ball fouled away by Paganelli. Adams 1 for 3 with a 2 RBI double. That play back in the 3rd inning. A pair of unearned runs crossing the plate for Charlie Wright. Wright in line for the win. Soup in a hold/save situation. The pitcher of record for the Honkers is Tanner Bowe. Soup comes home. The 0-1 is lifted. Jackson swim underneath it. Plenty of time, and he makes the play. The throw to third is going to hold the runner at second base. A strong throw by Jackson Swim to hold Cochran at second base. They'll bring up Walker Keller. Keller 1 for 3 with a single. Here's the pitch. It's lifted. Justice charging. He'll make the play left, and that will retire the side. The Honkers strand a runner. We at the bottom of the 8th inning. 6-4 Merchants. Welcome back. DH Aiden Van Rensum climbs up for the Merchants. Very productive Merchant debut for Aiden. 0 for 1, but a pair of walks. He's been stranded in the 4th and the 6th inning. Cam Keller will follow with Bryce Lindbergh, the 3rd hitter due up for the Merchants in this bottom of the 8th inning. Here's the line and the first pitch. It's a ball low, but a pitching change for the Northwest Honkers. I'll make that change before I forget and not listed in point streak, so hold on just a moment. I'll have to refer to the lineup card to find who this pitcher is. 1-1 goes the count. New pitcher is number 31, Dustin Chartrand, as Van Rensum puts a drive on this ball out to right center field, but the play is made on the fly.
batter now.
And Van Rinsum flies out to right field. Cam Keller climbs in.
Cam Keller.
Dustin Chartrand for the Honkers.
Dustin Shortrand.
Jackson. Shotgun.
Chartrand.
Justin Chartrand bounces a fastball.
Pitching for the Honkers is Justin Shotgun.
In 6 appearances, he started 1 game, 13 and 2/3 innings pitched. He's allowed 20 runs, 17 of them earned on 19 hits, 10 walks, and 12 strikeouts, 11.19 ERA. Ground ball foul down the third base line. 1-1 the count.
You want to be 100% sure.
1-1. The pitch called. Strike on Cam. The 1-2. Down low. 2-2. Good take by Cam. Lindbergh on deck. He'll be followed by the top of the order. No action in the pen. Merchants will turn it over to Soup for the save. Here's the pitch. Ground ball down the third base line, but foul. Thank you all again for watching this presentation of Everett Merchants Baseball. We expect to have news about tomorrow's game in the next half inning, so stay tuned. Get you that information just as quickly as we can. This ball low fills the count at 3-2. And we do have official word now of tomorrow's game due to delayed travel issues with TKB Baseball. Tomorrow's game against San Francisco has been canceled. We will not have a game on Wednesday, but we will resume play on Saturday. Here's the 3-2. It's inside. Oh, called strike on Cam. He threw his bat. He thought that was a walk. I did too.
Number 9 man of the batting order, stepping up for the Merchants, the center fielder.
It'll bring up Bryce Lindbergh. Two outs for Bryce Lindbergh. Pitch is a ground ball to short. Yackley scoops it up. The throw across the diamond is in time for the outs. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Welcome back. Mirsa Blobda faces Alex Galgano, a called strike to lead off the top of the ninth inning. Merchants looking for a win here to pull within a game of the Seattle Studs. Here's the 0-1, fouled off. 0-2, Soup in a 6-out save situation. Aiden Hammersmark warming up, along with Aiden Rutger, new addition to the Merchants roster. He pitched in the 2019 edition of the Merchants. An excellent pitcher. Glad to have him back. 0-2 outside. 1-2 the count. Harold Pyatt okay with the call now that he knows it was outside. The 1-2 upstairs. Mirsa Blobda from the stretch, 2-2. We start this inning right, and it's a high ball, 3-2 fills the count. Caden Rutger and Aiden Harrismark continuing to get warm in the Merchant pen. 2-run lead. This is a safe situation. Here's the pitch. Ground ball line shot over Quinton's head at third base. Galgano's going to head to second base. Justice gets the ball in to hold him there. But a leadoff double in the ninth inning for Alex Galgano.
Not a good sign.
Cameron Padron will climb up.
Number 19.
He's 1 for 3. Reached on an error as well, and has been caught stealing twice in tonight's ball game. Not a great stat for Cameron Padron fans. Galgano on at second base. The tying run is represented by Cameron Padron at the plate. Here's the pitch. Swung on and lifted foul. Likely playable. Quinton diving play. And he holds on for the out in foul territory. What a play by Riley Quinton at third base for out number 1. Cade Kissel will climb up. He's 1 for 3 with an RBI single. He came around to score in that 7th inning where the Honkers really got back into this ball game.
You can't have to answer it. We do it. I think they got the message though. You probably don't pull it.
Soup. First pitch is swung through and missed. Blew right by him there. Some high heat. Rutger, the only pitcher still on the mound in the pen for the Merchants. It's a good get-right game for this Merchant pitching staff. They pitched well, but used a lot of arms yesterday. A called strike, 0-2. Charlie Wright going deep, allowing, to this point at least, Harold Pyatt to use only limited arms in the bullpen, as Soup's the only guy that's come out. 0-2, one away. Runner on at second base is Alex Galgano on a leadoff double. Oh, 2. Called strike 3, dropped, but the tag is applied for out number 2. And the Northwest Honkers are down to their final out of the ball game. Kendall Yackley 0 for 3, reached on an error, came around to score in the third. Runs have come in pairs tonight. Merchants looking to avoid a pair here. Soup and out away from the 6-out save. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss by Yackley. Camden Anderson on deck. Cochran in the hole. Should he be needed? Normal depth for the defense, minimal holds at second base. This pitch inside, 1-1. Bullpen vacates for Everett. Soup from the stretch. The 1-1. Upstairs, 2-1. Amir, through 1.2 innings, allowed a hit and a base on balls, also struck out a man on 25 pitches, 17 strikes. 29 pitches, 17 strikes. The 2-1. Swing and a lifted ball to Justice. This should be it. Justice underneath it, and he makes the play in left field, and the Merchants win the game by a score of 6-4. The Merchants will be back in action on Saturday, 4:05 against TKB San Francisco. Your winning pitcher and player of the game is Charlie Wright. 7 innings pitched, 5 hits, 4 runs, only one of them earned on with 1 walk and 4 strikeouts. 91 pitches, 61 for strikes for Charlie Wright. Your losing pitcher tonight, Tanner Bowe, and Amir Sepulveda with the 6-out save for the Everett Merchants. Your final tonight, 6-4. Merchants over the Northwest Honkers. Until next time, I'm Sean O'Connor. Have a good night.